Yep. It's interesting stuff going on right now. I mean, we're, like I say, we're in a stalemate. Not really a stalemate. It's a, we're in a movie. That's what it is. Yeah, lots of arrests going on in Cyprus too. Yes. Yeah. Like I said, we're in a movie, but the movies, got everybody focused over here while they're doing, major arrests. And I don't really know what the big deal is. I know that the first arrest will probably be Obama, and that's going to create but they've got so much evidence on these people, and we know that it's already been taken care of years ago. Yeah, I love, if it's not for all you guys out there, guys and girls out there, I wouldn't exist. I'm glad, we have, it makes me feel good knowing we got a lot of people out there that are on board, doing the same, on the same vibration, on the same level as I am, which is good. We're all warriors out here. We see what the problem is, and we're able to have a platform that we can talk about it. Our community's growing, which is good. It's a very positive sign. Yes, I mean, the med beds right now are out. They're being circulating in other countries right now. People have been going through it. The most, of course, they're doing it by priority, right? And especially the people that are in the hospitals right now. But there's a lot of hospitals changing over. Lots of nurses being trained, doctors also being trained into technicians of that sort. The ones that are still pushing the Kool-Aid, it's not gonna end well for you. No, there's a lot of cabal out there, and they're being collected up right now, and they're going to be going to they're going to Longbeard. Yep, of no chance of parole. They got a one-way ticket, which is good. The demons that they are. I'll be talking about the Islam invasions that are going on. That part is very real. Yeah, it did a lot of damage, in the Niagara Peninsula. Okay. Yeah, well, it's either feast or famine, isn't it? It's either heavy rain or heavy fires. This is a lot, not to mention all the earthquakes that are popping up here and there. We got to get rid of the demons. First, they got to get out of our heads. And unfortunately, we have, like I said, 85% of the planet they still do not possess critical thinking. Yeah, well, Cyprus, like it says, they're dealing with, there's countries that take their own initiative. And right now it seems to be, the medbeds seem to be more in Asia right now. They're taking the initiative. Yeah. Grand Rising from our campsite in Ontario. Good for you. How's Aurora doing today? Yes, it is, Philip. You're right. They're going to, I think a lot of the tribunals that are going on, in international waters on these barges that are, they look like they're cargo ships, but they're actually prison ships. Tribunals are being held there. There's 1,000 judges right now at Gitmo. Yep. I can't even explain what's going on there because, I guess eventually it's all going to come out. But there's a lot of now whether they're going in there and being briefed and then sent out, I'm not sure. We have to be aware and very, very, very careful. What we need to worry about is then when we get the EBS and everything goes dark and all this, drama starts unfolding, Yes, Jaco says large earthquake in the next few weeks. Yeah, and that could be probably along the west coast. But the ones we got to watch out, we have to be very disciplined, because you're going to have all kinds of scammers come out and try to use this opportunity, like they have many, many times before, use the opportunity to try to scam you. Do not listen to anybody, and certainly do not send your money anywhere, okay? They're going to use the point of fear, and they're going to attack the sleepers that have not woken up yet, and, let the craziness continue, I guess, even through the EBS. Yes, we're going to see Gitmo on TV. Yep. That's all being laid out there. That's going to be the 8 hours, 10 days of 8 hours each, three 8-hour films being repeated 24/7 for 10 days until everybody gets it fixed in their brain, or they want to turn off their TV, whatever. It'll be on radio for people that don't have TVs, like me, and it'll be maybe on our devices. We're going to get a lot of disclosure. But the one that is concerning, we have now new reports that Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, other Morocco, and a couple, more countries in the Middle East, really at the time when Obama and Biden and Clintons and Bushes were in power, when they had stolen the power, they made a deal, and this even goes back. This is all being laid out through them, but this goes back to the 60s and 70s, when we had, politicians, Johnson and Nixon and players like that were making deals with these other Middle Eastern countries to release their worst offenders and violent criminals, and give them a pardon out of their prisons and send them into the United States and Canada. Not so much Canada at the time, but they were giving them basically a one-way ticket. This has all been proven now. There is a district up in Pakistan right now, Mamir, I think it's called, and that area up there is synonymous with men raping their wives and children, okay, and girls. A lot of them got shipped out to England, which was at that time being run by, the powers to be, the prime minister that was running the thing in the 60s and 70s. They already made that deal back then. And then they started infiltrating into England at that time. This is why you're seeing so many rape gangs, because it's been bred into them since then. The ideology lives on. Now, these countries, when these countries are saying, you're going to have to take them back, they're laughing at England, Germany, France, Italy, Spain. They're saying, we're not going to take them back. They're in your country now. They're in your hands. And it's up to you to do whatever you want with them. So I guess what we're going to have to do is get physical. Right? Because they're starting to get to a point where they're attacking, Christianity and white people, especially the girls, on the street. Everywhere. You're going to witness this more and more until we start standing up to it. And this is the sad thing about it. I see a lot of it are going to be starting to be created in the cities. And, of course, the people that live in the cities are dodo birds in the most part. So you're going to see this maybe continue unless the military intervenes. There's been some break-ins there. They're even apparently right now up in the north of us here, they're breaking into the fisheries and stealing fish for whatever purpose. Food, I hope. There was a truckload of copper just left a warehouse, a electrical warehouse here in Cranbrook. They broke in and they got away with a lot. Cameras, no cameras, it doesn't matter. There was no alarm system, just cameras. And of course they wear masks and hoodies, so you know what do you do, right? Stuff's long gone. And this is all this going on right now is weak governments. We're surrounded by weak governments, and the only government I see right now that's got any type of power that's doing anything about all this Islamic invasion. Islam means dominance. Okay, that's what Islam means. You know, they've got 15 countries that they have taken over. One of them being Iran, which used to be the old Persia. The other one's Afghanistan, and another one's is India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Morocco, northern Libya. All these, most of those countries, the 15 countries that are there, are Muslim, and they've been taken over by the Muslims. So what? We got 193 countries that are not run or have been not taken over by the Islam. It seems like it's a safe situation, but I can see and there's a lot of people very, very worried about, you know, what Islam is doing to their countries. I'm not scared to say it. There's a lot of people worried about it. And it's going to keep growing until we have a strong government that steps in. Right now, we have puppets that are running all of the G7. That's why they got rid of Putin out of the G10 or G8, whatever it was. Obama and Trudeau, I think, did that at that time. They voted him out because he didn't align himself with anything that any of their agenda. And they've got enough dirt on Obama now. I think he's going to be the first arrest that you're going to see publicly. And then it'll be Clinton or whatever. But we know that they're gone. We know that this is just a movie, but this has to be played out for the sleepers and the dum-dums. But they've got 15 countries that they're that they've got control on, and people, the heads of those countries will have to be that are pushing the Islamic narrative and sending all the, they're using the Democrats, which are in line with Islam and what I'm talking about, the NAZI, that whole operation, the five heads of evil are out there doing the things that they're doing, and they're all working together to take over countries. They want Islamic total domination, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to fester to a head, and the fireworks are about to begin, so prepare for that. That is very, very real, what's going on there. Canada, I don't know. Depends how they lay down. If they don't, how bad's it going to have to get? I mean, look what they did to Iran. Those people there, the Iranian people, they were all, we're talking about thousands of people have died based on their overlord. Thousands of people have died. Is that what it's going to take in Canada? I don't know. Are we expecting the Global Alliance? The Global Alliance, there's 80,000 global troops out there going around, taking down the most serious bottlenecks, dealing with this corruption around the world right now. And they're taking them out. So, let's hope and pray for them that they can continue to do their job. Right? I know there's a lot of arrests going on there, but we're not seeing it because, like I said, Trump's not going to advertise what he's going to do. But he's got everybody looking over at Iran right now and, Israel and whatever he's doing. That's fine. But we have been basically, at one time, 80% of the planet was, invaded or taken over by these, this mindset. So these are something that Canada has to deal with. The United States is dealing with it right now in Dearborn, Michigan, But until humanity or the Americans or Canadians stand up and take control of their country again, this bullshit here will continue. Until the British stand up and take control of their cities, that stuff will continue. Same with France, same with Germany, same with Italy, Spain, and even in Sweden, Denmark, Norway, all in through there. You're being overrun if they're Islamic, and these, the skinnies are out there doing the things that they're doing, then, unless you fight back and show your strength, like what is going on in Ireland, the Irish are standing up to it. They're saying, no, you're going to pack your shit and get the hell out of here. And I salute the Irish, and me watching all this, what's going on. This is why it's so imperative that Christ-conscious people, the people that are awake right now, that see everything that's going on right now, position yourself. If you're in an area or a country or a city that is, under this threat, you might have, unless something happens here this year, and nothing does happen in your country this year, you might start considering moving for the first thing, next year if nothing happens this year. I'm not, like it says, I keep my cards very, very close to my chest right now. And I don't trust anybody or anything right now. I got constant people coming in. They're trying to mimic me or, masquerade as me. I got other people. I even got people that are me or trying to be me, trying to talk to me about going to their DM and talk to them. That's how out of touch and out of control it is. So you really got to watch. And if this goes down into the EBS and the 10 days of darkness, and everything, whatever's working, if your device is still working, you're going to be under attack. So be very disciplined. I'm just saying, standing up right now, Ishmael Perez says a lot of people starting to die now and will be overwhelming for us to, who stays. Yeah. Well, we have been watching this unfold, Eva, for many years now. Since 2020, it's going on 6 years. All you have to do is listen for the sirens in your respective cities. It's ongoing. I mean, look at the obituaries. I mean, it's all been planned, right? And, quite frankly, I think we're quite immune to all this now. What I am saying is that we're getting, I'm saying to protect yourself as Christians out there that are like-minded people. This is why you're seeing a lot of people, throwing their keys back for their apartments that are in the city and buying a motorhome or some kind of living quarters, maybe even building their own campers like I did, and then just traveling and start huge communities of like-minded people. This is really going on in the States right now. It's big time. And I plan on buying 200 to 300 acres either in the Montana or Idaho area, because I'll be surrounded by, I'm not giving up my heritage, where I was born, to go live somewhere else. I have a secondary home in the Philippines, and I've been there for half my life. I wasn't born there, though, but I do enjoy being there in the wintertime. And I believe that my scenario would be pretty good, knowing that, if I had the 200 acres either in those states, and bring like-minded people there, and everybody can, build their own gardens and have their houses. I think that would be a hell of an idea, and all of us would be there to protect each other. They wouldn't be able to. Nobody with any type of leftist ideology would ever be able to penetrate that. We all know right now how many good people there are out there. It wouldn't be hard to vet these the losers. Yes, it never stops. But that's what I'm saying. Go back to what it was. Yes, graveyards are not expanding, and yet all these people are dying. Doesn't that, we are under attack by the demonic entities of all sorts. And they have, names on them, such as the Democratic Party, the liberal ideology, Islam, right? Fascism, NAZIs, it goes on and on. They're coming at us from all over. Welcome. Yeah, no gas. Watch when there's no gas. Yeah, well, that's my point. Be prepared to get on a horse. And that's what I want. I want a couple of good, a couple of nice horses, and I want to be able to, raise my own food. And that's what I want again. I did it before, and like it says, I'm a structural engineer, and I can build anything. Yes, I think there's a lot of people that are, I'm talking to people right now that are very, very interested in doing that. There's people that, people that are in British Columbia, Canada right now that are doing it, but you know what? I'm not, the government is too far left. It's taken over. It's taken over by the COMM. You know what I mean? The commies. Is it going to change? No, we'll see. We'll see. We are already in Michigan, a strong militia. Yeah, exactly. Anywhere in the States right now, I think in most places, are very, very strong militia groups. I love the Americans. I absolutely love the Americans, and I love the Filipinos. You cannot push them into a corner. The Filipinos, they won't go for it. Right? I love them down there because they're Christian-minded, Christ-conscious people that carry guns and Bibles, and I love to be surrounded by that. And I have to respect that, and I respect the Americans for that. However, I do not respect stupidity. Because I'm it's just my zodiac sign. I just don't. I can't get along with with stupidity, asking dumb questions. I have to get up and go. Right? Very low tolerance. Yeah. I'll answer questions here. Because if people are interested in our subject and what is happening, I am all ears and I will open up and do. But there's a lot of stuff that's on the street right now. People that have, and what I mean by stupidity is, they've had 10 years to absorb everything out there, and they're still going down there. And when they start talking exactly what's coming off the boob tube on what's going on there, and you can tell by what they're talking about is coming right off cable, and they have a TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, to such a point that they can't figure it out, and yet they sit in front of the TV. I talked to a sister yesterday. Her husband is has Trump derangement syndrome, and then he sits down at night at 5:00 and watches CNN. Of course he's going to have that. They're easily influenced because they do not possess critical thinking. Time to have pork roast in Dearborn. I think that's what they're doing, Sean. Yep, the bikers are heading up that way. I hope the weather's good for them up that way. Yep. Let's pray for good weather in the Dearborn area. Pure energy wins, yes, but we got to get, like I said, don't you think it would be a good idea? Just, give me your, your take, or give me your comments, or what you think about having a big chunk of land, because I'm ready to do this, and and have people put in their time, energy, maybe some finance to build themselves a place. I'm quite willing to put up the real estate to do that. I know where there are places right now that we can purchase that have power right to and it doesn't really matter. We don't need it. We can go completely off grid. I know how to do that as well, right? We would have to be digging wells, and I'm just the first thing I have to do when I go down there and look at the real estate to see where the water source is, right? I'm feeling the same, but it's like dead eyes when you speak. I know. Well, the best thing to do is find somebody that aligns with you. I don't talk to anybody except my brothers and sisters that are in the vicinity. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 just in my town that week I can go have coffee with. That are on the same page. Yeah, they know what's going on. I really wouldn't mind having my big hectare of land. Yes, of course. Why not? And that's what I mean. It's easy to build cabins. You don't need a lot. You need a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, maybe. But like it says, we want we want the young ones in there to attract the young ones. So, newborns, and, we can continue the situation, and, build them and mold them and teach them. We don't know if this is even going to end. I'm throwing ideas out there in case it does not, unfold the way I think it's going to unfold.